现在电人多好。
我为能够参与北京国际电影节而高兴，
能够介绍我更多的外国朋友来到我们中国，
让全世界的人更加了解我们中国的文化。
北京，天成，我们热爱你。
导演带来新作亮相，关锦鹏、陈可辛就是中国横抗。章子怡、吴京坦荡向上，朱一龙、倪妮初次拍档，辛柏青、朱媛媛好事成双，张颂文高雅气势镇住全场，黄建新说出你的秘密，周冬雨难忘少年的你，婚姻红角的司机原来是胡先煦，小野丽莎的歌声还是那么治愈，国际评委、中外导演相逢是一家，拉皮德、托维拉、利马古尔吉特，成龙大哥、唐季礼导演续写新的神话，小雅之节子在我心里永远那么优雅。白百合和刘雨昕的新歌你们听了吗？票房大卖，口碑爆棚，老板高兴，新片上映，观众热捧，指定能行。陆川导演带来北京冬奥官方电影，掌声欢迎任子威还有苏一鸣。你若为我，别要照亮
有请主持人和引人代表。
representatives to come on stage.
Let's welcome the hosts and the representatives of film stars to the
Distinguished leaders and guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good evening. I am CMG anchor Ren Lu-yu. And on this intoxicating night, we are gathering here by Yanxi Lakeside. I am CMG anchor Li Yangwei. Welcome to all the filmmakers for the 13th Beijing International Film Festival's opening ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, movie makers from around the world, welcome to the opening ceremony for the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. 大家好，我是中央广
I
播
am
电视
CMG
总台
anchor
主持
Tian
人
Wei.
田薇。
Hello everyone, I am Sun Yang, anchor from CMG. I am actor Wu Gang. I am Wang Zulan, and I'm Na Zha. Good evening, everyone. Dear friends, now let's give a big hand to the representative of the country of honor from the Kingdom of Thailand. Ambassador Sri Samut. Good evening and welcome. How about we give our greetings to Mr. Ambassador in Thai?
咱们一起。
Hello everyone. I am the Thai ambassador to China, Atayu Sri Samut, and I'm very pleased to come here tonight as the representative of the country of honor of this event. We have an appointment, that is, in springtime, come to Beijing to watch the best movies in the world. Indeed, what we keep in our mind will last forever, and the springtime will come back. Let's enjoy tonight's gathering, and let's enjoy the charm of films. If you're the lights, please shine far aside, and if you're the shadows, let's walk side by side. Seeing so many friends from the film sector is really encouraging. I see some friends, good movies, good times. This is indeed the most beautiful spring season on earth. Now, let's give a round of warm applause to Director of the Publicity Department of Beijing Municipal Committee of CPC, Mr. Mo Gaoyi.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Mo Gaoyi, member of the Standing Committee of the Beijing Municipal Committee of CPC, Director of the Publicity Department of the Beijing Municipal Committee of CPC, Executive Vice Chairman of the Organizing Committee for the 13th Beijing International Film Festival, to deliver a speech.
有请
President Hai Xiong, Secretary Hong Sen, Secretary Si Yang, Secretary Li, distinguished Jury President Zhang Yimou, and all the jury members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The springtime is nourishing all creatures, and the rains give birth to all grains. In the grain rain season, we come here by the side of Yanxi Lake with hopes in our heart to welcome and launch the 13th Beijing International Film Festival on behalf of Beijing Municipal Party Committee, the organizing committee of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival, to all of those jury members, those film lovers, and filmmakers who have been supportive of the film industry. Warm welcome to you all, and heartfelt thanks. In the new decade, China's film industry is gaining pace in terms of size of the films, the number of audience. We are ranking among the top in the world, and in the family of the world industry of film, we have become an important member. And while we are striving for the modernization with Chinese modernization features, the material and intellectual civilizations must be balanced. Through the films, we could get some historical wisdom and be enlightened and nourished by the films. Through the ethics in it, and through the films, we can give hopes to the dream seekers and power to those people who fight. And films can also contribute to people-to-people bond by opening a new space. And in this dynamic springtime, Beijing, in the name of films, is inviting old and new friends from all countries for this great feat of films and explore the development of movies, so that for our life, our era, and our world, film can bring new vitality. As the National Cultural Center, Beijing is the birthplace of Chinese movies and also the most dynamic city that witnesses China's film development. It is home to a lot of talents and dynamic creation. The development of the capital city is also contributing by providing a more opener, active, and professional ecosystem for the film industry. In the recent Chinese Lunar New Year, the Wandering Earth 2, Four River Red, Deep Sea during the Spring Festival season were warmly welcomed by the audience, with a record high 10 billion RMB yuan of box office. And also for River Red and Wandering Earth 2 are still ranking among the third and the fourth in terms of the box office in the world this year, fully exhibiting the vitality of Chinese movies. In recent years, we have been developing some free trade areas and the comprehensive demonstration areas for the service industries to further simplify the procedure and create a favorable business environment so as to pave the way for movie development, the development of cinemas, and we keep optimizing our services to create the International Film Shooting Service Center and an integrated online platform. We have established a Huairou demonstration zone to speed up the synergy development of industry, academia, and application. We are empowering the digitalization of the film industry so that all the filmmakers in the world can have a very dynamic and innovative environment of creation. Under the support of all circles of life, Beijing International Film Festival has become an annual great cultural event for the world historical and cultural city, and the city that has witnessed both the Olympic Games and Olympic Winter Games in the world. Beijing has attracted guests from 93 countries and regions and have attracted 1,488 films to be applied. And as to the number of countries and the number of films, it breaks the record. And I sincerely want to thank all the filmmakers and institutions for your dedication to this event. We will be committed to the authority of Tiantan Awards, and with the best quality films and the most beautiful lights and shadows, we will create a movie feast. We welcome all the filmgoers to come to Beijing to watch the best movies in the world, and we will solicit opinions from the jury members and also the general public so that Beijing is going to be built to be a demo area for China's movie sector's high-quality development and the bridge of international film industry exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, movies are the ambassadors of culture, and the language transcends beyond space and national borders. I sincerely hope that this event will be the platform for the mutual learning for the fine world movies and serve as the bond of Chinese and the world movies. I hope that this could be the place where all the filmmakers could appreciate each other's beauties and prosper together. Finally, I wish a complete success to the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. Thank you. Thank you, Director Mo Gaoyi, and please take your seats. And also to Mr. Ambassador, in recent years, Thai movies are more popular in the Chinese market.
Indeed, Mr. Ambassador, as you may know, Thai movies are becoming increasingly popular among Chinese moviegoers in recent years.
Thank you very much. I think more Thai films are being enjoyed by Chinese viewers. Thailand and China are close in landscape and culture, and cultural exchanges have helped to strengthen the friendship between China and Thailand. The Thai film industry focuses not only on producing quality content, but also becoming an international base for shooting by international filmmakers. This year, 7 top Thai companies are joining the festival. We hope to bring more Thai films to this film festival in the future.
Good to know. Thank you so much. 谢谢大使先生。
Meanwhile, the Minister of Culture of Thailand, Mr. Komplong, has sent us a video.
Minister of Culture from Thailand. 请看大屏幕。
ท่านผู้มีเกียรติที่เคารพทุกท่านสวัสดีครับนีเห่าแต่ผมในนามของประเทศไทยรู้สึกยินดีและเป็นเกียรติอย่างยิ่งที่ได้รับเชิญให้มากล่าวสุนทรพจน์ในพิธีเปิดงานเทศกาลภาพยนตร์นานาชาติณกรุงปักกิ่งครั้งที่ 13 ในฐานะ Country of Honor ในครั้งนี้การเข้าร่วมเทศกาลนานาชาติณกรุงปักกิ่งในครั้งนี้นับเป็นครั้งแรกที่ประเทศไทยได้นำผู้ประกอบการด้านภาพยนตร์ของไทยและภาพยนตร์ของไทยเข้าร่วมฉายในเทศกาลภาพยนตร์นานาชาติณกรุงปักกิ่งซึ่งนับว่าเป็นโอกาสที่ดีเป็นอย่างยิ่งในการส่งเสริมความร่วมมืออุตสาหกรรมบันเทิงของทั้งสองประเทศนอกจากนี้ยังมีกิจกรรมที่เป็นการส่งเสริมแลกเปลี่ยนวัฒนธรรมผ่านสื่อภาพยนตร์ด้วยสุดท้ายนี้ในนามของกระทรวงวัฒนธรรมแห่งราชอาณาจักรไทยต้องขอขอบคุณในไมตรีจิตของคณะผู้จัดงานที่ได้เชิญประเทศไทยเข้าร่วมในฐานะ Country of Honor และขออวยพรให้การจัดงานเทศกาลภาพยนตร์นานาชาติกรุงปักกิ่งครั้งที่ 13 ได้ประสบความสำเร็จยิ่งขึ้นอย่างต่อเนื่องขึ้นทุกๆปีขอบคุณครับเช่
Thank you, Mr. Komplong. And as we know, during the Spring Festival, we have welcomed many domestically made good films. And actually, the popularity of the Spring Festival season movies bring us to a good start in the film industry. And this is brought about by all the filmmakers. And now, let's review the Spring Festival season's movies. The Hidden Blade. Deep Sea.
少年计划的每一丝笑都是真心的。
看了《满江红》，看了《无名》，《深海》，
基本上每一场是全满的。
电影终于回来了，春天也回来了。
谢谢你们给我们。
The Spring Festival season's movies will be enlightening and encouraging for the whole industry. Chinese movies and our country will be only better. China is leading the world's peace and unity. We're always here. Let's give warm applause to the crew members of the Spring Festival films. Shang Shaokun and Chen Yu from Phil River Red from Wandering Earth, Wu Jing from The Hidden Blade, Yu Dong, Bona Vice President Qi Zhi, and from Deep Sea producer Wang Changyan, Li Qiao. Welcome to you all. And congratulations to you for the achievements. As you can see, the Beijing Swifts are taking the red flowers to you as a thank you. And also, we would love to thank all the filmmakers for your dedication to Chinese movies. Thank you for joining hands to make the movie industry shine. And in your personal opinion, what do you think your movies tell us? Let's start from Mr. Xiang. In 2023, all the Chinese people would have some special feelings about the word called national power. Without elevated national power, the Chinese movies could not have the confidence to withstand all setbacks. And Four River Red is telling us about that. Four River Red is typical of China. We try to use some modern movie trend to express the deep-rooted cultural genes in us. That cultural genes bestow power to every one of us, forging such a Chinese power. Your recognition of The Wandering Earth means that Chinese fiction movies are embracing an unprecedented springtime. Only when a nation is confident about today can the people think about the future. And such confidence is like giving us two wings of imagination. As actor Li Xuejian once said in the movies, I believe that we will see the blue sky again and the blossoms will hang from the branches. That confidence enables us to face all the challenges and be always hopeful. Hidden Blade is about forgetting ourselves. Because of that selflessness, China could be advanced. These people are doing something great, but they are willing to be forgotten. We hope that this movie would allow our descendants to remember them. As long as we keep them in our mind, those people have their names imprinted. Last year, in 2022, marks the 100th anniversary of Chinese animation films. In the past 1 century, the Chinese animation has always been exploring along the way. I believe that with the accumulation of a fine Chinese tradition and culture, the Chinese animation will certainly serve as a legend never seen before in the world. The 1 century history of animation emboldens us, and now we are more better positioned. And that's what Deep Sea wants to render. The Chinese movies will sail into our own deep sea. Thank you for that explanation. You mentioned about national power, the power of confidence, and the power of selflessness and courage. Because of those power converging together, we are able to go through the coldness and arrive in the springtime. I have a recommendation. As the filmmakers' representatives, how about we have our arms together and let's shout out the slogan. The Chinese movies come together to shine. Come to Beijing to watch the best movies in the world.
想起来，曾经把月亮当作镜头，斗转星移，冬夏春秋，想象着光阴里我的自由。忽然想起来，我们相伴已经很久很久。你说到执着无独有偶，我知道时光可以保留。虽然世界很大，与你邂逅，虽然偶尔跌倒，搀扶着走。忽然想起来，忽然想起来，我唱的也是你的牵手，你看的就是我的追求。忽然想起起来，你笑着关于我的成就，我笑着成就你的成就。忽然想起来，演绎着世间爱恨情仇。 手一手，命运请来不是长久，无论苦乐辉煌都接受。虽然世界很大，与你邂逅，虽然偶尔跌倒，沉浮着走。忽然想起来，忽然想起来，我演的也是你的坚守，你看的就是我的追求。忽然想起来，忽然想起来，你笑着关于我的成就，我想着成就你的成就。忽然想起来，忽然想起来，我演的也是你的坚守，你看的就是我的追求。忽然想起来，忽然想起来，你笑着关于我的成就，我笑着成就你的成就。忽然想起来，忽然想起来，指着窗前最明亮的星斗，风云过眼，青春高考，始终相守。
感谢白百合刘雨欣给我们带来这首好听的歌曲。
Singing to us those beautiful melodies. You sing out the deep bond between actors and the audience. It suddenly hit me that we have been with each other through such a long time. You're now watching the opening ceremony of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival, which is sponsored by Hongqi Vehicle. And we have the sponsor by Suishan. Now we are going to watch a short video to know more about the jury members. We are honored to be part of its growth. We love films. The filmmakers will keep advancing in the world of lights and shadows. And we're about to welcome the jury members of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. He's the most influential director in China. With 14 years of experience, he has won almost 500 awards internationally. He's our jury president, Zhang Yimou. He comes from Hong Kong, China, who witnessed the golden times of Hong Kong development. He's our jury member, Stanley Kwan. He comes from Argentina. He is also a film reviewer and commentator, Fernando Juan Lima. He is the editor-producer from Thailand. From a special perspective, she's telling the Asian stories. She's our jury member, Pimpaka Towira. He comes from Israel, editor, director, who has won the Berlin Film Festival award. He's our jury member, Nadav Lapid. He used to serve in many movies like Lanxing Theater, Modern Era, and he's an old friend of our event, Zhang Songwen. She's one of the most influential actresses in terms of box office in China. She's our jury member, Zhou Dongyu. Let's welcome our jury. President Zhang Yimou, jury members Stanley Kwan, Nadav Lapid, Pimpaka, Zhang Songwen, and Zhou Dongyu.
Let's give a warm round of applause to Mr. Zhang Yimou, jury president of Tiantan Award, and jury members Stanley Kwan, Nadav Lapid, Pimpaka Koriwa, Zhang Songwen, and Zhou Dongyu. Welcome.
大家好。
Hello everyone, I am director Zhang Yimou. This is my first time to be the jury president. From The Red Sorghum in 1988 to Forever Red in 2023, I use my favorite color, red. I hope that with that shiny and unique shade of Chinese red color, we can tell the Chinese stories to the world. Now, please allow me to present you the 6 other jury members. Firstly, the youngest jury member. 13 years ago, when she was still in high school, I knew her. Let's welcome the Chinese actress Zhou Dongyu. Hello everyone, I am Zhou Dongyu. I've been in the film business for 13 years, and this is also the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. Let's keep working together so that the Chinese good films could be influencing the world. The next jury member achieved late in his life, and he is now growing more popular in Chinese audience. Now let's welcome Zhang Songwen. Good evening, everyone. I am Zhang Songwen. Now I come back to this festival. As a jury member, I feel mixed feelings. I hope that we can meet in the world of movies, and through the movies, we can be the bridge of communication. Thank you. I've never cooperated with someone before, and I hope we will have the opportunity. Israeli director Nadav Lapid.
Festival. Good evening, everyone. I'm Nadav Lapid, an Israeli film director. It's my first time in Beijing, first time in the Beijing International Film Festival. Together with filmmakers and film lovers, I'd love to explore and to go deeper inside this mysterious continent named cinema. To find the strange, the wild, the unknown. Let's have fun.
Thank you, Mr. Lapid. Now, let me introduce our director from Thailand, Pimpaka Towira. Hello everyone, I am director Pimpaka Towira from Thailand. I'm very glad that I could see so many filmmakers and filmgoers in Beijing. I've always been committed to promoting the publishing and production of the ASEAN movies by holding film festivals in Thailand and creating some platforms for ASEAN movies to be international. Today I'm really pleased that I have the opportunity to know more here in the Beijing International Film Festival. Thank you, Madam Tawira. Now, my old friend from Hong Kong, China, Stanley Kwan. Good evening, everyone. I am a director from Hong Kong, China, Stanley Kwan. I've always felt that I was lucky, and I'm very grateful to be part of the golden time of Hong Kong, China. And I also witnessed the blooming of the film industry in the Chinese mainland. We hope that our film industry will just be like the Chinese redbud to blossom and be splendid. Thank you, Stanley. We have another member, and let's know about him from a video. Now, let's welcome Argentina commentator Fernando Juan Lima.
Presidente del Festival Internacional de Cine de Mar del Plata. Es la primera vez que participo como jurado del premio Tiantan en el Festival Internacional de Cine de Beijing. El cine nos distingue y nos desafía, nos permite disfrutar, pensar, debatir y compartir. Con esta oportunidad de estar aquí estoy seguro de que estamos ayudando a construir un puente que acerque más a nuestras culturas. De Mar del Plata a Beijing la distancia nos separa, pero el cine nos une. Que tengamos una gran edición del Festival Internacional de Cine de Beijing.
Thank you, everyone. Together with all the jury members, we will hold to the principles of justice and responsibility to complete our job. We will try to recommend more high-quality films to everyone so that we could never fail our love of movies. Thank you. Thank you, Director Zhang Yimou, and thank you, all jury members. I know you will have a tough week. We look forward to the exciting results in the closing ceremony. Now you're watching the 13th Beijing International Film Festival's opening ceremony. The Tiantan Award has included 15 shortlisted films. Those films come from different countries and span over different categories, and they tell diverse lives. Every one of them is excellent. To choose between the 15 shortlisted films is not an easy task. So that difficult job will be left to the seven members of the jury. Now let's invite the 3 filmmakers who will recommend us the 15 movies. Dear friends, now let's welcome the recommend person of the first group of shortlisted films, Jackie Chan.
Director to recommend the first group of shortlisted films.
I am Jackie Chan. Every time I come to Beijing International Film Festival, I am excited. In 2011, together with Zhang Ziyi, we two served as the image ambassadors of Beijing International Film Festival. I still remember that when a reporter approached me asking me my expectation of this festival, I said I hope it could grow into one of the most important film festivals in the world. Today, I see so many filmmakers gathering here. So many best quality movies are applying for the Tiantan Award. I have mixed feelings, and I hope that the Beijing International Film Festival will be only better and more influential. I started my film career since 7 years old, and this year will be my 60th year in this business. Many people ask me, what's your most beautiful memory in those years of this career? I said that I've been to so many countries and I shot films in many filming sites. I couldn't sleep for more than several hours and I'm hurt all over myself, and for several times I had my life hanging by the thread. All of those is because I have dedicated my life to the audience around the world and to film industry that I am fascinated about all my life. This year, together with Stanley Tong, Li Chen, and Naja, we shot a new film about legend. It's an adventurous and mysterious movie. I hope you will like it when it's on. Now, allow me to recommend the first group of the shortlisted films. And those films are also related to memories. Now let's watch the screen. Adios, Buenos Aires from Germany. The family conquered a lot of difficulties to safeguard their homes. A retired woman has met a rebellious young person. 92-year-old Manali is reviewing her life, and she realized that life is about warming others. A divorced, middle-aged man heard about his father's sickness. After his travel, he restarted his life. A prisoner gets 48 hours of release. He wants to relive his life with his family members. Dear friends, now let's give a big hand to another person to recommend the second group of shortlisted films. Good evening, everyone. I am actress Gao Ye. Tonight, I am honored to serve as the person to recommend the second group of shortlisted films. First of all, I would love to give my heartfelt thanks to the organizing committee for inviting me here. Speaking of my story with movies, I have to look back at 2006. In that year, with my film dream, I entered into Beijing Film Academy, where I started my seeking of dreams. It's been about 1 decade. I've been through some confusions and setbacks, and those experiences allow me to realize that no highlight moment happens overnight. Instead, we spend a lot of time exploring the way in wilderness. And I believe that although the road is far from me, as long as I can step on the journey, I will be there. And on my journey towards the dream, I've never stopped my steps. We always have a lot to say in terms of growth, just like the shortlisted films I'm going to recommend. They all tell the stories about growth. Now, let's enjoy those shortlisted films that are related about love and warmth, interwoven with growth. How can we face the unfamiliar love in the family? You never know how deep is the love of children to their mothers, but no matter how far you were coming back, you're still her favorite. What does death mean in children's eyes? She saw her father, but she knew there is limited time for them. A mother drove away, regardless of her child. It was supposed to be a punishment, but she was then dragged down into the punishment. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's invite the third person to recommend the third group of shortlisted films.
Fabien Gorjard est l'honneur l'année dernière de gagner le prix du meilleur réalisateur.
I'm honored to have won the Best Director Award last year, and that beautiful Tiantan Award is now placed in my living room. I sincerely hope that the Oriental power can bring me good luck. To some degree, my good fortune has already started because I'm now spending my time tonight with you. Allow me to say to you, hello Beijing, and thank you. I fell in love with movies since I was little. I think those movies are just like dazzling maze, and those movies bring us into a story or a puzzle. And a good director should be the person who creates this maze. This maze must be delicately designed with a lot of difficult questions, and then with just a turnaround, the audience should be amazed. And these shortlisted films are just like this maze. They bring the audience into a journey of seeking truth and exploring mystery. Through those stories, we are brought to the door of this maze. The wife has disappeared. While her husband is looking for her, she suddenly appears. But is she real? A township policeman has a dream of orchid, but he was puzzled by a crime. Finally, he becomes the ambassador of justice. The woman wants to retaliate for her wife. With opportunities, she missed the chance. In the new year, a crime occurred. When everyone is at a loss, a policewoman realized the internal world of the culprit. There is an invasion of a new species, and there are so many setbacks, but some people save the township.
And
Thank you. You're now watching the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. The film festival is sponsored by Hongqi. I would love to thank Lisa Ono and Shan Yichen for singing us those old melodies, and we have seemed to come back to the lights and shadows of movies with the posters. When the sacrifice was sounding and we saw the footage of the behind-the-scenes crew members, we were touched. I think about passion, and passion can withstand the test of times. The filmmakers have all dedicated their passion and love to the artistic form of films. Now, let's give our respect again to all the filmmakers. Films are also the tools of memories. They help us to restore those unforgettable history. Just like today, we're going to present you a recommended film this year, which brings us back to the glorious victory in history. Dear friends, let's give a round of warm applause to the crew members of the Chinese Volunteering Army. Supervisor Fu Ruojing, Director Chen Kaige, Producer Chen Hong, and the protagonists. Welcome. We feel that this film has very strong cast, and unlike the similar topics before, shooting the war against U.S. aggression in Korea, today we are now exclusively presenting you many behind-the-scenes information and the crew members. With such a strong cast, let's give a warm welcome to them. And we will ask our crew members about their characters. I am Xin Baiqing. I act as the senior command member. I am Zhu Yilong. I act as a soldier Li Xiang. I am Zhang Zifeng. I act as the interpreter of the Chinese delegation to the United Nations. I am Chen Feiyu. I act as Army soldier Sun Jing. I am Wei Chen. I act as a soldier Dai Ruyi. I am Ying Fang. I act as a soldier Yang Shaocheng. Hello, I am Zhang Ziyi. I act as an interpreter of the Chinese delegation to the United Nations, Tang Sheng. I am Zhang Songwen. I act as the head of the Chinese delegation to the United Nations, Wu Xiuquan. I'm Ou Hao. I act as a soldier, Zhang Xiaohan. I am Zheng Yaohao. I act as a war damage scorer, Yang Sandi. I am Wei Daxun. I act as the command Russian translator and the secretary Mao Anying. I know that you have a lot of characters, so what is this movie about, Director Chen Kaige? There is one special thing about this movie. It has an all-seen-before size to bring us to the history of this war. As to contents, this movie involves like a big country games and how the Chinese leadership made tough decisions and how the Chinese volunteering army fought in the battlefields of North Korea. In those times, all the Chinese people gave all they have for this war. And those histories will be presented in this movie. But I don't think this movie is a documentary, even though we hope to restore that piece of history so that we could discover some new understanding of that history. For such an epic blockbuster, it's really seen in China. So we sincerely treasure this opportunity. We are all doing our best to make it a good movie. But the most critical thing is there should be people. The war was fought by people. Only with people can we ensure victory. That's what we want to express in this movie. We also hope to utilize our movie industrial level and linguistic advantage. We hope that the story can be effectively told so that, for one thing, the story goes smoothly, but for another, the deep emotions can be presented. Stories and people are combined in this movie. Thank you, Mr. Fu. Thank you, China Film. And also thank you, all the actors and actresses. You did a good job. And we still have to keep up the good work. Starting from last July, we've shot this movie for already 10 months, and it's still not finished. Let's keep the good work. Thank you. And we can notice that this movie is touching. And we could feel the deep feelings from Director Chen. And also my question goes to President Fu Ruoqing. What do you want this movie to tell? This year marks the 70th anniversary of the war against the U.S. aggression in Korea. China Film is recommending this film directed by Chen Kaige to all the Chinese audience. It gives us a panoramic review of this epic blockbuster. The movie's name is The Chinese Volunteering Army. In terms of the manufacturing size and the cast, it is fair to say that it's an international commercial blockbuster. Thank you, Mr. Fu. Also to producer Chen Hong. Till today, there must be a lot of touching moments. Could you share with us? This movie gives us a panoramic view of the 3-year-long war against the U.S. aggression in Korea. So we have shot this film for a very long time on a large scale, unprecedentedly. We started this shooting since last summer and we're still working on it. We hope to express the courage of the soldiers as well as the special features of this war. It's indeed an epic story for the Chinese volunteering army. As far as I know, there are so many touching lines in this movie. So now we will ask the protagonists to read us those lines. How about the soldiers come first? This is a deadly battle. We followed source of wars. Sacrifice must be justified. Is anyone still alive? Raise up your hand. Our descendants will not need to go to the battlefield because of us. It's worth it. For them, we have to do it right. Thank you. Although those are just lines, I believe our soldiers must have felt the same way. Thank you. Now let's listen to the voice of the soldiers. Let's invite a family from this movie, Xin Baijing, Zhu Yilong, and Zhang Zifeng to share with us. Zhu Yilong and Zhang Zifeng acted as my son and adopted daughter, and I have a line in it. I don't know when can I come home this time. I think that line can also speak out the homesickness of all soldiers. The war against the U.S. against aggression in Korea is just to safeguard China. We are now coming together as a new family. Only with the peace in a country can we protect our families. Country and families can never be separated. Now let's invite Zhang Ziyi and Zhang Songwen. They act as diplomats. The most impressive thing is when the Chinese delegation showed itself for the first time in the UN. I heard our head, Wu Xiuquan, and here I quote, 1950 is no longer 1895. Things have changed. In this era, the Chinese people have risen. Thank you. And we can hear the warm applause. Everyone must agree with what you said. Thank you again for bringing back to us this touching story. The soldiers once embarked on the battlefield might be younger even than the youngest actor tonight. They dedicated their youth and passion and life to the battle to safeguard their motherland. They are also the children and their flesh and blood people. So our generation still has the responsibility to carry on the spirit of that war so that this loving piece of land can always enjoy peace. Now we will watch a short video so as to pay our tribute to all the soldiers.
他们要打多久就打多久，一直打到完全胜利。
谢谢大家，
Dear all, let's walk into the movie theater to appreciate this epic blockbuster and to carry on the spirit of this war in this new era and when we're embarking on the new journey to push forward the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation.
同生共死，同生共死。已经看见新中国的战士了。
We would want to thank the films for bringing history together with reality, and because of films, the beauty today can be left for the future. In 2022, Beijing and Zhangjiakou staged the unprecedented Beijing Olympic Winter Games, and Beijing became the first one city in the world to hold both Olympic and Olympic Winter Games. And according to IOC, every host city of Olympics must shoot such an official film about the Olympic Games. And for 2022 Beijing Games, the movie is called Beijing 2022. It will be the opening film of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. Now let's have a glimpse of this film.
我并不是太有信心去和我小的时候的偶像站在同一个赛场上比赛。
This could be the ending of your career injury.
累啊，能不累吗？乌龟带个壳还累呢。
打完这些冬奥会，无论如何我都不练了，我受够了。
それが今なくなった今、率直にどんな感情が湧いているのか教えてください。
そうですね。
Dear fellow Olympians, your Olympic stage is set.
We have crew of 20 members. It's a challenge for all of us.
我有时候不想热爱，也不想坚持，但是这个热爱和坚持的确能给人带来好多好多人生的光亮，无穷无尽。皆さんもなんかちょっとでもいいから、自分挑戦してたんだなとか、きっかけになってたら、それは誇りを持って
Let's welcome the cast of Beijing 2022 director Lu Chan, from IOC official Yasmin, champion Ren Ziwei, Su Yiming, very pleased to see you all. We are now gathering on one same stage. It feels good. Firstly, I would love to go to Director Lu Chuan. Among all your works, this work must be the most special one. As a filmmaker, every film is special. But Beijing 2022 is of course the unique one because it carries some special meanings. When I got this assignment, I knew that this serves as a great reference to history. I know it will be splendid among all the films. As an official film of Beijing Olympic Winter Games 2022, it belongs to Beijing and to all the Olympics and to the world. We have collected about 1,000 hours of materials, recording how the athletes have their highlights, and we also record their perspiration and their hardships behind the scenes. This movie has taken notes of all the usual staff members behind the scenes, including the volunteers. They have sacrificed a lot beyond our imagination, and they should be seen by all of us. And also, as a Beijing local, I'm very honored to be part of this job. As a filmmaker from Beijing, to do this job is really my honor. It's also done for my hometown. I hope everyone could go to the cinema to watch this movie, and I hope you will be touched by the characters and the stories in it, so that the light of Olympics can be shining forever. I'm very excited because I could stand so close to two Olympic champions. It's a rare opportunity. Ren Ziwei, who do you want to recommend this movie to the most? The young people like me, including staff, medics, coaches, and the volunteers. Beijing 2022 is not just the job of the athletes. It requires the whole teamwork. I usually memorize the moment in the award ceremony. It's cold winter time, and on the roadside, the volunteers of my age were singing "Ode to My Motherland," and they keep waving to me. At that moment, I thought, as a youngster in China, we are willing to sacrifice for the country, and the country will be proud of us. Well said. Su Yiming, also as a young representative, what's your biggest gain from the Olympic Games? I think the biggest gain in Beijing 2022 was I got to know many ski lovers and snowboarders. Many people came to me saying that they fell in love with snowboarding because of me, and that's my happiest moment. I know that Olympic Winter Games come once every 4 years, but the big air stands there and the big chimney stands there forever. And the sports activities are always there. I hope everyone can feel the charm of the winter sports. That's the legacy left by Olympic Winter Games. You once said that you have two dreams. One is to participate in the Winter Games. The other is to act in a film. Tonight, there are so many famous directors. Who do you want to work with? I sincerely hope to work with every one of the directors. When I was young, I was lucky to participate in Xu Ke's film. I hope that in the future I could have more opportunities to work with the directors, especially director Zhang Yimou, director Lu Chuan. So, Director Lu, Director Zhang, do you want to learn snowboarding from him? Do you think they can do it? Of course. And they will do it safely. As long as you want to learn it, come to me anytime. It sounds like our champion is looking forward to the big screen. And the lady standing next to Miss Yasmi, who is an official from IOC, she used to be part of several official films making and publishing. We all want to learn how she will recommend this movie to the world.
The movie is a great movie, and it shows that the Olympic values prevailed even in the toughest of times, and how the people of Beijing had the rare opportunity to embrace the Games a second time after 2008, even in extremely challenging conditions. And on the occasion of this opening ceremony of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival, our president of the International Olympic Committee, Mr. Thomas Bach, unfortunately couldn't make it to be with us, but he sent us a message of congratulations that we can now watch.
你好, Beijing. Last year, Beijing became the first city in the world to host both the summer and winter editions of the Olympic Games. And all Chinese people were an essential part in writing this Olympic history. As the official film of the Olympic Winter Games Beijing 2022 makes its world premiere, I would like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. The Beijing International Film Festival is the perfect stage to showcase Beijing 2022, the thought-provoking documentary about these truly exceptional Olympic Winter Games. During these Olympic Winter Games, we showcased and we lived our Olympic motto at our best. Faster, higher, stronger, together. In this Olympic spirit, thank you to everyone who brought this exceptional film to life. Enjoy the festival and all the best to all of you.
谢谢巴赫主席。
Thank you, President Bach. The movie Beijing 2022 will be on May the 19th nationwide. Let's go to the cinema together to support this movie, Beijing 2022. Surely we will. Meanwhile, the Sports Movie Week will continue to transmit the Olympic spirits to build China into a sports power. Thank you again, everyone.
"长城内外，北国雪花，冰上起舞，踏雪而下。
梦想闪烁，勇敢拼搏，精神镌刻，乐舞欢歌。
天地间铺陈浓墨，四季中丹彩勾勒，一代代温馨雕琢，一杯杯诗意着色。
莫不知无色，让不知无可，美在刻骨勾勒，笑得魂魄。
喝中国茶，看中国画，看一幅冬奥的画，在中国比怎么想？喝中国茶，看中国画，海纳百川，天地在空气中灼灼升华。喝中国茶，看中国画，看一种奥运的美，在中国风怎么刮？冰雪奇幻的山，学习千变万化，祖辈穿越有朋自远方来的手札。长城内外，北国雪花，冰上起舞，踏雪而下。
梦想闪烁，勇敢拼搏，精神镌刻，乐舞欢歌。
天地间铺陈浓墨，四季中丹彩勾勒，一代代温馨雕琢，一杯杯诗意着色。
莫不知无色，让不知无可，美在刻骨勾勒，笑得魂魄。
喝中国茶，看中国画，看一幅冬奥的画，在中国比怎么想？喝
Thank you.
也期待着更多的朋友们来
We
到中
hope
国
that there
来
will be
感
more
受
friends coming to China to view the most beautiful Chinese painting. And we also love to thank friends from all around the world to bring us that beautiful song. You are now watching the 13th Beijing International Film Festival's opening ceremony, which has a dedicated sponsor from the drinking water sector by Suishan. Also, another sponsor for our event, Hongqi Vehicle. Thank you. Dear guests, now let's warm round of applause to welcome the director of the Publicity Department of CPC Central Committee, Mr. Shen Haixiong.
Deputy Director of the Publicity Department of CPC Central Committee, President of China Media Group, and Chairman of the Organizing Committee for the 13th Beijing International Film Festival, to deliver a speech, announce the opening of the festival. Please.
Distinguished Director Mo Gaoyi, Director Zhang Yimou, Atayu Srisamu, Secretary Li Yi, Secretary Hongshen, Secretary Shi Yang. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. In the springtime, the scenery is beautiful, and we are coming back to Yanxi. Tonight, we are welcoming the opening ceremony of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival. This is an appointment we made in the springtime for lights and shadows. In March 2023, General Secretary Xi Jinping proposed for the first time the Global Civilization Initiative. According to him, we stand ready to work with the international community in an effort to create a new landscape of cultural exchange, cultural integration, and people-to-people bond, so that the garden of world civilizations could blossom with vitality. This film festival is themed under sharing lights and shadows and learn from each other's civilizations, which is an echo of Global Civilization Initiative. The springtime is coming back to the earth, which takes on a new look. The Chinese movies are rejuvenated. This film festival sincerely invites the filmmakers from the globe and call for the application of world movies. We are gathering here for this feat of lights and shadows. In the modern era, a new round of technological revolution is fast changing. The film industry is also in face of huge opportunities and challenges. CMG, China Media Group, serves as the most comprehensive international media group with the largest scale, the most complete business forms, and the widest coverage. We will stand ready to work with all filmmakers in the spirit of an elephant learning hip-hop, to embrace new technologies, grasp new opportunities, and expand new space. Those who think alike reinforce each other. Let's walk together side by side. CMG now co-organizes 5 film festivals in Beijing, Shanghai, Changchun, Hainan Island, and Silk Road. We are assisting Chinese movies in this new era to bloom. Beijing in this new era is a combination of tradition and modernity, glories and dreams. Beijing International Film Festival has unique feature and extraordinary charm. While telling the world the Chinese stories and promoting the capital's cultural development, it is playing a unique role. Movies and TVs have the same source. Together we shine. CMG is committed to benchmark with the fine movies to create boutique TV series. Guided by the innovative concepts of thoughts plus arts plus technologies, we consistently come up with documentaries, 4K UHD live show movies, 4K UHD color variation movies, to actively explore the development of TV and movies so that the two can walk towards each other. Movies empower the CMG with new contents, and CMG empower the movies with a new ecosystem. Through movies, we become friends and appreciate each other. On the occasion of President Macron from France visiting China, CMG has staged a launch event of the co-shot documentary by China and France. We have also published 5 works, including Peking Man, And through the movies and the TV series, we work together to tell the Chinese story and to lay out a new blueprint of civilization. Tonight, by the side of Yeji Lake, the spring breeze is blowing against our cheeks, and in the springtime we unite and we will restart our journey in spring. I hope that our filmmakers could share these glorious moments and reap some hopes from it here in Huairou in Beijing. As entrusted by the organizing committee, now I declare that the 13th Beijing International Film Festival is open. Thank you. Director Shen Haixiong, please come back to your seat. The 13th Beijing International Film Festival has been started officially, and we are going to have a journey of dancing together with lights and shadows. You're now watching the opening ceremony of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival, which is sponsored by Bai Sui Shan. Filmmakers are a group of people who are toiling with arts. We sow and we plow, we grow and we harvest. Year by year, we experience the 4 seasons together. Now let's welcome actress Ning Jing to bring us a song, 4 Seasons.
最爱燕子归来时，人间花春妆。绿水行舟，两岸飘香，夜听雨下响。难忘云舒云卷后，夏日凉风长。千峰作客浊酒相迎，邀我歌一曲，牧笛唤醒村庄。度年秋色一种，遍地藏希望。后明月挂在田园，梦想从此别来无恙。唯愿人生能长乐，冬日有暖阳。心境一如银装素裹，高山凭栏，看古松无寒霜。春水满四泽，夏云朵起风。秋月扬明辉，冬林秀古松。春水满四泽，夏云朵起风。秋月扬明辉，冬里秀古松。
40的更替当中，我们相约在每一个。
Together in every new springtime, and in the springtime, we gather here in the capital city of China, Beijing. Movies are the common language of mankind. They tell the stories about our aspiration for beautiful lives alike. Movies are the arts of lights and shadows. They convey the concept of harmony between man and nature. Many thanks to movies so that we could meet in the crowd. Thanks to movies so that our world could become more beautiful. The filmmaker's new journey has been initiated. We should not fail the springtime, never fail our passion and our dreams. Dear friends, let's enjoy the springtime here in Beijing. Come to Beijing to watch the best movies in the world. The opening ceremony of the 13th Beijing International Film Festival is coming to a conclusion. The film festival is officially launched, and let us meet in Beijing. Dear friends, have a good night.
Forward to seeing you again. Good night. 晚安。
晚安。